I never doubted Carlos Vela a single moment of the last 2 months. Welcome to Happy Foot, Sad Foot. I'm your host, Travis Helwig.
I'm Darren Miller.
And here we are, just moments after the win we all knew was coming. The team we never stopped believing in, the team we know is the best team in the league.
You know, how many podcast episodes have we had in a row where we were just like, everyone just hang on, everything's going to be just fine?
I feel like I've said it too many times, guys. The sky is not falling.
Yes, everything's chill.
We can win games in this league when we play a bunch of 15-year-olds. I say it every week.
Vela is not washed. I think that's how we put it.
Darren, we just watched
Travis.
LAFC fucking steal one at the terribly named Children's Mercy Park. However, the children on our team had no mercy inside their park. So maybe
they received mercy. Maybe all the children that go into that park and play get mercy. Because it did feel a little bit like that. It was we really did steal that one. There were a lot of moments where it felt like we weren't gonna do that. When
they scored that second goal, I was so fucking when Kansas City tied it, I was so fucking bummed because I was like, we finally have something to celebrate. And it was destroyed by two of our players falling down for no reason. Turns out Aaron Long fell down for a good reason. I don't care what the fuck you say, Kevin Cho. That was a foul.
That was wow, that was tricky. We'll get into it, but lucky game.
Welcome to Happy Foot, Sad Foot.
For sure. Welcome to the show, everybody.
If you want to join us, you're welcome to click the link at the top of the chat, and please make sure you subscribe. Let us know your Happy Foot and Sad Foot in the comments. I'm going to just go ahead and say the Happy Foot on all of our minds, and that is that I won the bet from Bet It and Forget It, and that's the only thing any of us care about.
I have in my notes that was the first thing I should bring up on the show, and I'd already completely forgotten about it because so much happened since that happened.
It really
Travis
was like, wow.
Officially the second winner of Bet It and Forget It, the highest roller of Bet It and Forget It.
$100, baby. We'll do a whole
cool 100. We will formally
episode. We'll do the Venmo.
Tune in to the next episode, and it'll be the formal ritual. It counts as a ritual, even though we've done it once, right?
Yeah, it's a ritual. And then I will say, just want to get one sad foot out of the way before we get into all the happy foots, which is that Aaron Long scored a goal with his broken head, and it did not count for some reason.
Aaron Long.
He scored it directly where the stitch was. It was
yeah, that was rough.
Oh, folks, we have a guest joining us, and it's somebody near and dear to the hearts of Happy Foot, Sad Foot.
It is none other than Yoni Lotan, the man who named the Bouanga Blast. Yoni, I don't know if you're ready. You're looking. Your camera's looking weird. You're on the show. Yoni, welcome to the show. You're a black box.
Yoni,
life is so beautiful. I'm just going for slow here. It's just
Yoni,
you're breaking up a little bit. Where are you?
Yoni, are you in the yard of the people in Las Vegas who saw the alien?
yeah.
Guys, are you in a shitty Blair Witch Project sequel?
Oh, well, Yoni, what do you think of the game, Yon?
He's Oh, Yoni, you're frozen.
All right. Well, I guess we just have to assume he watched it and enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah. Oh,
Yoni,
what? Are you back in bed?
Yeah.
How did that happen? Were you outside?
Full disclosure, I was trying to do a bit where I walked outside in the woods, and I was going to leave the camera just like in the woods, and I was just going to like have like the sounds of nature play, and then I was going to run out of the woods as like a funny prank. But breaking news, there's no Wi-Fi in nature.
Yoni, did you watch the game?
What was your favorite part of the game tonight?
What?
Yoni,
this
LAFC,
is the third time that you called into the show without watching the game.
We won our first game in like a month and a half. Yoni, you didn't watch?
What do you mean? Wait, that's crazy. That's
Yoni.
Stop calling in
Stop
if you haven't watched the game, Yoni.
How did our boy Carlos do? I never doubted Carlos. He's amazing. How do you do?
Funny you ask.
Okay,
Yoni.
you watched some of the game. You checked ESPN.
Won the game for us. He almost won it twice for us with a second goal.
That's amazing. So Darren, I didn't see what happened with that. What was the foul?
Which one?
Abel says Yoni be wildin'.
Abel, tell me about it.
Ruben says aliens cut the Wi-Fi. That's why there was no Wi-Fi in the woods.
I wish. I'm at my mom's house here in Westchester, New York, and I tried to show them a bunch of alien vids, and folks, they're not down for the car. Anyway, Happy Foot goes to honestly Carlos. You got to give it to Carlos. Like he is always our captain. This is the thing about LAFC. He's like the Kobe Bryant of LAFC.
Walk me through it. Why?
Well, it's just like, would you not say that he was the face of the championship team?
Of course he was.
So he is forever cemented as that guy.
And similarly, in his season that he's probably going to retire in, has looked fucking terrible, but occasionally wins the game for us. I want to get back to the game because that was our first game that we've succeeded at in a long time. Yoni, please tell your family that aliens are real and that everyone in the chat believes it.
Nino.
Thank you for joining, and thank you for reading the LAFC Wikipedia page before coming on. That was Yoni Lotan. Wow. What a game, guys.
Rebecca Braverman with the comment, Travis just got called out by an 11-year-old. We listened to the show in the car earlier, and she said, Mom, he did doubt Vela. I don't know what your child was listening to, but I never once doubted Carlos Vela. And whatever that child, I think that child needs its brain checked, Rebecca.
Yeah,
go to a brain doctor.
Let's check the episodes. I doubt you'll find either of us saying anything negative at any point. Cut to a highlight reel of us just constantly just being like, Vela's done.
Let's talk for a second about that game, because that first half.
Oh, we should talk for terrible. Like a whole episode's worth of time about that game, actually. That's the point of the show.
That first half was awful. And most of it had to do with Julian Gaines. And I just want to say Julian Gaines of the young guys is
very promising overall in general.
Yes. But all the other young guys, I thought, had a pretty good game. Ordaz looked good. Duenas played a full fucking 100 minutes. Gaines was out of position a lot and forced us into a lot of weird situations. Daniil Maldonado also did something very dumb that cost us a goal.
He made it up.
But at the end of that first half, I wrote down in my notes, I'm so surprised we're still in this game because they should be decimating us. And I don't know what clicked in the second half. We put in our best players available, and did it feel like we were playing the way that we've wanted to play for a long time. It just felt right again.
It really was. I'm going to cut right to it. I think my hunch is that the Vela in for Ilie sub was really interesting. I have been thinking for a long time, because I'm like a broken record on the show saying like Vela's passing's still good. And in the back of my head, it's been like, maybe he should just play in the midfield.
Well, did they just put a bunch of people up front? Like, how did it?
Maybe he did fall back a little bit. I mean, you saw the first shot he got on goal was like, oops, I forgot I was in the midfield. But it was a really interesting call. And I think part of it is like, you rely on Ilie so much, and he's like so quietly like just doing his job all the time, that I think it was like he got gassed before we realized he was gassed. And like all the times where everyone else is getting rest because they're always gassed. Ilya still plays like all of every game.
Yeah. And
at some point he's gonna fall over.
But Dueñas picked up that midfield slack. We didn't have Acosta, Tillman, or Ilya in the second half.
Yeah, the midfield I think in the first half looked pretty rough.
Yeah, and Dueñas, we need to say, has shown that not only can he play like a young guy, but he can play smart. And he's probably the smartest of the younger players that we have out there.
And I think part of it, Ilya was gassed. I think Dueñas looked a little gassed, but he was still like giving it a lot.
Michael KB says Julian Gaines sounds like a jobber in pro wrestling. That's correct. NWO. Julian Gaines is going to lose to CM Punk on his way to getting the title. Oh man, I let me look at some of my other notes.
Yeah.
Oh, the goal, the PK. This, we shouldn't talk about this first half, but McCarthy could have saved that. If he,
well, it's a PK.
Yeah, it's hard to blame a goalie, but he had both of his hands on it, and it was not that far wide. If he jumped sooner, he would have had it, but he was waiting to see which way he went.
Right. I mean, like it would have been totally normal to just guess wrong too. Yes. You know.
That said, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that because he
had some great saves. Also,
he did. Second half,
he had some really good saves. Which I feel like is classic McCarthy. You've got something to gripe about and something to be in awe of in the same game most of the time.
Drover Shy says Dueñas is a better / different Blessing. Like I said, he's Yoshi. We got a Yoshi.
Under Yoshi. He's not. I don't know if he's like chaotic enough to be Yoshi.
That's true.
Like you said, he's making smart moves. He's moving in the right directions. Like, yeah, Blessing is like you're playing a video game with a cheat code on, and you're just like all over the place.
Yeah, Blessing is like everyone else is playing on their feet, and he has Heelys on. That's legit. Yeah. It's just like sliding all around. Tim Morgan says
this is Luigi. I don't know.
Yeah. Tim Morgan says Sadfoot Yoni's contribution to the show. We love Yoni. We just wish that Yoni would maybe watch the game before he calls in to do a bit about aliens in the woods without Wi-Fi.
Which would have had nothing to do with LAFC.
But hey, neither did Bawanga Blast.
You know, neither did Bawanga Blast. Bawanga Blast, you know, that's gonna stick. We got it's maybe that was the problem. He didn't have that to hang his hat on because Bawanga didn't play.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing is that Kansas City has not lost at home in the 4 previous games were wins. This is the first time, even if we tied, it would have been the first time that they dropped points at home in 5 games, but we fucking eked out that win. And boy, did we need it. One goal is all I said we needed. And somehow we fucking won that game.
How could you have possibly set the bar so low, Travis? I can't believe how little faith you've had in this team.
And I don't care what Rebecca's daughter says.
Just you. All these shows we've been doing where you've been spiraling into the darkness and I've just been, come on.
Mm-hmm. Always have faith.
You're going to pull it
out. Buckluck says, Happy Foot, one of you guys won the bet. That was me. I won the bet, Buckluck. And Sadfoot Stipe's haircut.
Wow.
Honestly, I think Maldonado's haircut is worse. He's like missing some hair up here, and I need
it's
a
on
haircut.
Purpose though. I think it's a confident haircut. Yeah, I can't talk about it. I have a ridiculous haircut. My haircut is, I mean, my whole hair thing is I just like watch it grow, and I'm like, okay. So I can't talk.
I want to say something about Stipe Biuk. We talk a lot of shit about Stipe Biuk. He should have probably scored in the first 3 minutes of that game. I think he had a really good game today. I think he showed insane footwork, the best footwork we've seen from him. And I think outside of the fact that he can't finish, he can't make final touches, he's shown to be maybe one of the best on-ball players we've ever had. If only he can figure out that last fucking turn, he can beat guys one-on-one very easily. And we watched him do it 3 or 4 times today. I'm not a Stipe Biuk fan. I think B-Rod is a good comparison for him, but B-Rod at least scored way more goals than Stipe Biuk has. But it took B-Rod a little bit to start doing that. But I think Stipe had a good game today, despite all the shit that I give Stipe
Travis
Biuk.
Hellwig with a goddamn roller coaster of a compliment sandwich.
I hate him, but he's good. But I really hate him. But he looks like shit.
Buke's just listening for constructive criticism earnestly. Like, I should wait. I'm okay. No, I need to work on. No, I'm okay.
Truly, one of my biggest fears is that like
any player listening to any episode of
Julian Gaines is like a big fan because he's a 19-year-old kid, and I'm like, Julian Gaines is the only bad thing that happened this game. The pelvis of LAFC.
Yeah, I would say Biuk. I mean, look, the whole Biuk thing, the whole bit that we have that we rag on him for not being able to finish is like the only reason why that's worth bringing up is because he's so good at creating those opportunities that he ultimately blows it on. And that's why it's noteworthy in the first place, is because like he's putting so much work in and getting to that point in ways that nobody else can. More often than anybody else can, and it's objectively funny that he then can't finish, but that doesn't make all the other stuff leading up to it not amazing.
Yeah, I think also it should be said that Sporting Kansas City looked like shit today. It seemed like after the first half they underestimated us. I don't know exactly what happened, but we were in control of a game that we should not have been in control of. We had multiple people on the bench that I've never heard of, and I host an LAFC podcast. We should have not won today. And it's worth saying that I think Sporting Kansas City can yell at the ref all they want, but we got a goal disallowed because of the ref as well. And that Aaron Long goal was not offsides. It was not close enough to raise the flag ahead of time.
You know, if they hadn't called it, they wouldn't have overturned it.
Exactly. Yeah. It was not. It was such
it wouldn't
a
have been like,
joyous
whoa, they missed that. Well, I mean, technically, we had 2 goals turned. It was funny that Vela scored that second goal, and not a single person in the stadium was like, "Hey, that could have been a goal." Like, every single human being in that stadium was like, "Well, that's not a goal."
Andrew Bauer points out, if we've learned anything, it's players who get shit on the pod go off. So let's go. Okay. Carlos Vela, you suck. Mahala Poku, you suck. Denny Buwanga, you suck. Ilie Sanchez, you suck. Kellen Acosta, you suck. Timothy Tillman, you suck. Sergey Palencia, you're going to be injured forever. Danil Maldonado, you suck. Aaron Long, you suck. Who else? Murillo, you suck. Mamadou Fall, if you come back from loan, you suck. Who else? Ryan Hollingshead, your mustache sucks, and I hope you get rid of it. But John McCarthy, you suck. Is that good?
Suba, welcome to you being trash.
Yeah, Suba, more like Subu, because I hate you.
Good game, though. You seem cool. Welcome to the team.
Honestly, very cool. You seem nice.
Well, we've sprinkled our fairy dust in the opposite direction we normally do. And it works like a charm.
Buck, thank you for pointing out. He said Travis and Darren are defensive workhorses for doing this podcast every other day. When we signed up to do this, did not realize how many games there were in Major League Soccer.
As so named King of the Casuals, I'm not supposed to know. I'm just supposed to come along and do whatever. It turns out whatever is a lot.
What do you mean so named, Darren? You don't know anything. I have to teach you everything.
Well, I feel weird. I feel weird being called like king of something. It's very uncomfortable. I'm happy to be named something to be a casual fan.
I can't.
Of course, I am. All casual fans host podcasts of the team they're a casual fan of. That's why there's 10,000 LAFC podcasts.
I can't tell you how much more fun this is to do after you win than trying to put on a brave face.
This is so much easier.
What was your happy foot and sad foot, Darren? I didn't ask you.
There's so much more we could talk about.
Hit me.
Carlos Vela, rising like a phoenix. I love that it happened. I mean, look, all of the good things that happen in this game, I want to say, are like almost happenstance. Like they're
But
just
what's
like,
nice
I
about
guess
that
technically was a good thing.
I feel like everything's been going against us. We've had no
we
luck
absolutely earned
for
that
so
karma.
long. It just felt good to have a few things bounce our way. I will say, I'm worried about Murillo. I think that's the genuine sad foot of the game is Murillo's injury did not look good, and he just came back from injury. So I pray we're bringing back Mamadou Fall. We'll see.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would say Vela's goal, not only was it Vela, like, breaking through the slump, but it was also like the perfect volley from Aaron Long to cement a solid veterans just kind of taking it upon themselves to make it happen goal.
Yeah.
I'd like to take that as evidence that we have Aaron Long no CTE confirmed. Aaron Long is fine.
All you have to do if you want to do really well in a game is to get 15 stitches in your head.
Aaron Long, ragdoll of LAFC.
Tim Morgan says, happy foot, Aaron Long. Sad foot, his seeping head wound.
Yes.
What a disgusting phrase.
I love it.
Jimmy Hish says something that we need to focus on right now, which is as shitty as it's been, we're tied for the Western Conference lead at the moment. And then he says, wowza, a thing I can't really say out loud without saying, I'm saying wowza. But the one of the worst things a human can say out loud, wowza. But
it does look fine in text visually, but saying it out loud is real.
Yeah. It's like if it was like awesome sauce.
I'm okay seeing that, but I'm not okay saying it.
Sometimes I'm not okay seeing it either. We are still tied for first. St. Louis City lost today, thank fucking God. And we are still got a good number of games in hand. I think if we win on Wednesday, we're in sole possession of first because we're playing Seattle. Now, should we win on Wednesday? I don't know. But now I'm back to having way too much confidence.
I'm glad that we ended up doing a preview episode for these two games. Now we aren't stuck with having to preview this game where who the fuck knows what's gonna where we're at right now. Let's just enjoy it and coast to the next game and see what happens. I do have more happy foots.
Yeah, hit me
as it's officially called. That I want to say. Also, I'll real quick. I've definitely asked this before on the show. Is it really St. Louis City? The full name of the city they play for is just St. Louis.
Darren, they insist on being called St. Louis City, and I want you to know that it's all in caps as well. And all like the way that they insist on being typed is St. Louis City in all caps.
It's
like if we were Los Angeles Football Club.
Yeah. It's kind of like City Bikes in New York. It's like sponsored by Citibank, so it's CITI. So they're like, we're the perfect sponsor because it's in a city. It's a city thing. So just make it natural.
I've never been to St. Louis.
St. Louis City, or just St. Louis?
Yeah, but I have been to St. Louis City.
City.
Darren, hit us with your happy foots.
I have happy
We've been
foots.
teeing it up 23 minutes into the podcast.
Making up for his own. I guess he automatically had a good game because. Well, after the goal, he was fine, but he was looking real shaky, and then made up for it.
I think he slides too much.
Yeah, I mean, he mistimed everything. I don't know what it was. Our midfield was the sad foot was the midfield in the first half, at least, was looking like truly like a whole metropolis infrastructure where Sporting KC had bridges, they had tunnels, they had freeways, they had side streets, and like one lane was just closed for construction on all of those things. We were just rolling out the red carpet for him. At the same time, they did go over our midfield a lot pretty successfully.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll give him a pass on that. And our defense it was weird. It looked shaky, but like we found a way to make stops pretty consistently. Like it just looked real iffy all the time. Anyway, I thought, like you, the young guys look good. Ordaz looked good. He was stirring shit up. Bogusz looked as confident as I've ever seen him.
Yeah.
That assist was beautiful. He was making shit happen.
I am a believer in Matty Bogusz. It's not just because it's pierogi season. I am a believer in my man Matty. He plays with like poise and foresight, and while he hasn't necessarily become the player we need him to be long term, I think if you said, hey, choose between him and Stipe Biuk, I would say Matty Bogusz in a heartbeat. I think Matty Bogusz is a stronger player than Stipe Biuk.
Yeah. I mean, he's still young too. I mean, like that's the guy we want to hang on to for sure. I think with more games in the season, Biuk is on the right track. So
yeah, I agree.
That is looking good. McCarthy had some solid saves I wrote down. My final happy foot is a personal announcement that I would like to state for the record. I'm officially feeling okay about the smokescreen kits at this point.
Whoa!
I haven't fully come around, but I think for now I'm okay with them. I don't think anyone's gonna care about that. I don't think it's relevant to anything, but for me, it's a big deal to say that out loud. So I thank you for indulging me, everybody.
Darren, this is a huge moment of personal growth for you.
Thank you.
You have staked your entire personality on disliking. There's two things every listener knows about you. You have 400 children because you can't pull out, and you hate the smokescreen kit. And if one of those goes away, we only know the gross one.
It wasn't gross till you made it gross. Yeah.
When you said personal announcement, I was like, he's not having a fourth kid, right? That's too many kids. Dear God, I hope not.
No, that won't happen.
That's huge, Darren. I still think
I'm trying to feel the starting 11. So I'm not even halfway there, really.
Here's what I'll say: the smokescreen kits don't look good on a person fair skinned with blonde hair. It like all bleeds into like one greenish gray man.
Yeah.
I look like the alien that Yoni was trying to convince his family exists.
Well, I think I'm trending in the right direction. I think by the end of the season, I might actually feel positively instead of neutral. So we'll see what happens.
I just want to point out that Joseph AF points out there is one other thing we know about you, which is that you back the blue.
Joey, why? Anyone
Darren,
giving Travis bait for a bit to have legs?
Pro police, anti-condom. That's Darren.
Oh God. Oh God.
Put it on a t-shirt. Tiny Donut says he's tiny, but Duenas is playing like he's 5'9".
I love it, man. Our audience is like very genuinely funny and great. You guys
Mario
are awesome.
says, what did I just walk into? Yeah, I don't know. That's the first time we've talked about something genuinely gross. Apologize to the children listening.
And my entire family.
They know how babies are made. They know how you were made.
My kids don't. They're not watching the show. They're asleep. Someone asked earlier, has anyone checked on Mao? I want to throw that.
Oh yeah. Mao. Oh wait. It's Mao hasn't showed up, but maybe it's because he wants to keep it secret. We blamed him last time.
Well, he took it on. He took responsibility and he did what he needed to do to turn it around for us. So thank you, Mao.
Fell in a well. He's trapped in a well. Oh God.
Thank you, Jeffrey Steck. Let's turn this reputation around a little bit.
Everyone in the chat, are there any other happy foots or sad foots we're missing? I feel like that first half was terrible from both sides. We are lucky that we were still in the game after that first half. And then, like, even by the end of it, we were behind in all stats. Did you see at halftime it was like 10 shots to 1? Kansas City?
Yeah.
It was brutal.
I remember having the thought at halftime that the whole first half was like, yep, this is the situation we're in right now. This is what's going to happen. We're going to blow it. But then at the half, I was like, we're only down 1-0 because of a PK. Like, that's not that bad.
Maldonado single-handedly caused that. It should have been 0-0.
Yeah, it wasn't like a breakdown in the strategy or the tactics or like they didn't beat us. It was just like a thing that happened. So it was like, well, we're not in that bad of a position. And then they brought the vets in at the beginning of the second half, and I was like, all right.
Yeah.
We got something here.
Steve was like, we're going to go for the win. And I was surprised by that decision. Because when you play the squad we started with and have two people on the bench that I've never heard of, that doesn't scream I'm going for the win. That said, we might be stuck with that bench for a while if Murillo is hurt again. It just sucks how many people keep going down. I hope that we have Tillman or Acosta back soon, Chiellini back soon on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's kind of a joke at this point how often we're like, I guess it's great the kids are getting playing time, but at a certain point it's like, yeah, it is, because we're like at a certain point we're just going to fully rely on them.
And they're getting better. They don't seem as really scared.
It's cool to see this progress with these guys.
Also, like, we played so fucking sluggish last game. To see them run around fucking hard and like outrun the other team, you forget how fast children are. They're so quick.
Well, they haven't. Their psyche hasn't been hit, and their mental state hasn't been hit with the truth of the world and life yet.
Yeah, I feel like when does that happen? Around like 23, 24, where you're like, oh, I'm not. It's things are bad for.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no winning here. And then you're still at that point, 24. You're like, but I can still make it happen.
Yeah, it'll be okay for me.
Yeah, I think when you're in your 30s is when you finally start to be like, wait a second.
Mm-hmm. I should start thinking about investments.
I should just make do with what's in front of me here.
Yeah, I need to make a lot of money, and the world doesn't matter. That's what happens in your 30s. The good of the world, I don't care about. I just would like to have a car.
I get why these problems are all here and why everyone's kind of checked out, because life is hard. Every day is hard for everyone. Anyway, this is the episode where we're getting out of the darkness, not the real darkness. I have an athlete's foot.
Oh, go for it.
Wefs not be whack. Wefs not whack.
Yeah. Wefs be white.
Wait.
Wefs be
just that.
Wefs be weally good. Wefs be really good. Kevin Cho.
Shout out to the ref.
Shout out to my speech impediment. If you ever catch my speech impediment on the podcast, make sure you message it to me, because it'll very much hurt my feelings. I worked so hard to get rid of that speech impediment. And here I am doing an audio medium.
Hey, the president had dyslexia. So
a stutter.
Dyslexia or a stutter? That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. One of those things. I don't know.
Yeah. The so-called president. I just want to say the so-called.
Not my president.
Me and Alexi Lalas were talking the other day.
Oh, yeah. What did he say?
He's smart. He's a smart guy.
Alexi, he reads. That guy reads.
Have you heard about this guy, RFK Jr.?
That guy knows what's up. He knows what's really up. Anyway,
guys, RFK Jr. is an anti-vax psychopath. Just so they were probably going to get taken off YouTube for even mentioning him. I just want to say, they're just listening for that name.
I also have a miscellaneous item that I want to bring up. I can do that anytime, though. So
quickly, I just want to say LAFC Let's Go brings up a good point. Seeing the team smile together again was the best. Sha-la-la. It was so joyful to see everyone celebrate Carlos and celebrate the goal. And Maldonado, like when it went in, it felt so good to fucking remember we could do it, that something could go our way. And that's what we were saying in the preview. Like, we just need to see it happen to remember that it's possible for luck to be on our side. And it felt really, really nice to have that happen.
The season has ups and downs. We kind of forgot that ups is part of that. We
well,
thought
there's a
that
lot of
all
down.
the ups had to be like fully manufactured and earned. I really think this is our first unearned up of the season
for sure,
fully. So that
Darren,
we
what was your athlete's foot? You never said it.
It wasn't. Oh, my athlete's foot was the wefs.
Wefs be really good.
I do have my other miscellaneous is that I think I want to state for the record as well that Johnny Russell has an always open tab at Houston Dynamo keeper Steve Clark's bar.
I was trying to find the tweet about it to say that he also he goes to that bar. They just look like guys that I would want to talk to me, but they wouldn't want to talk to me. You know?
Oh no, they're busy. They're busy. You know, trying to execute on all those things they read in the game.
They're busy. You hear this from the stall that they're busy.
Going up to random groups of women and saying that they should all have shots.
Negging them because that's what they heard they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Abel says
they might be like great people, but look, the bit is they don't look like it. They look like shitty people. That's the bit we're sticking to it.
Yeah, I'm sure they're very kind. The pro athletes, famously good people. Abel says wefs be a white. Yeah. Thanks for just more things that I can't say. Squirrel is really difficult for me to say. Girl.
That's equally iffy though, because you said wefs be white, which is like weird because
it sounds like
all white is maybe even worse.
We have a late minute call in from Joey AF.
Joey, welcome to the show.
Hey,
on a
guys.
Home Wi-Fi connection?
I know, right? What are the chances?
You don't live in a parking garage, Joey?
Yeah, why aren't you leaving Children's Mercy Stadium in Kansas City?
I know, and I almost have a tapestry behind me. Plus, in a little love to Travis, I'm wearing a dad hat with the small logo on it.
I think about it every time. What you said every time I put my dad hat on, I'm like, this isn't correct. I'm not.
My wife and I are about to do IVF injections, and I just installed a shower head. But then I remembered that you said the next time I was going to be on the pod, we would have won, and then I realized, oh shit, I have to sign on. We fucking won.
Yeah,
fucking won, guys.
We didn't deserve it, but we did.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a really, really strong believer in this platitude. The ball never lies.
Ball don't lie.
The ball
don't lie.
Don't lie. We had calls that went against us. We had calls that went our way. When it's all said and done, we gutted it out and we won it.
I think you're right. I'm being too hard. We had a bad first half. Show the dang dog. Show the dog.
Making it happen.
Yeah. Happy foot. Yeah. Happy paw.
He's really lucky that I didn't yell as loud as I did with the Boanga blast in Leon, where he like really, really, really was worried about, I don't know, his well-being. And
any happy foots or sad foots as we wind this thing down, baby?
Again, continually unfocused. It's all happy foots, right? I mean, the kids were all amazing. Like you said, the children get mercy. I thought I had something brilliant to say about the youth, but the youth did not let us down. And Carlos Vela, you know,
what we always said, all we got to do is play the kids and believe in Carlos, and we're gonna win. Yep. That's what I kept saying.
That was the right take all along, and that's the take we had. So
11-year-olds are calling you guys out, and someday in the future they'll be playing for LAFC and they'll be watching you, and
they're gonna be listening to see if I say that they suck or not.
Which you should, so that then they'll go and blow up the league.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for calling, Joey. Good luck with IVF. Congrats on the shower head.
Go WGA. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you as always.
Daniel Angel also points out Steve was really trying to help someone cash their bet and forget it. I saw that lineup and I saw that we had people. I was like, I might have made not too outlandish of a bet, but Danil Maldonado plays in every game. He just doesn't often score. So Danil helped it feel more legit of a victory.
That's true. Also, as you tweeted, it was about as close as I'd ever expect to see to a John McCarthy assist.
Yeah.
He had a long ball that was hilariously within the game plan that we're down on right now of just dumping it into the corner. And that's why it didn't amount to anything. But McCarthy to Biuk was almost I guess as soon as it was Biuk, I was like, this isn't going to end up being involved.
McCarthy also dumped it off to a player on the other team who almost scored that we're very lucky they didn't. McCarthy, since we said could maybe take over for Maxime, has made a couple of outlandish mistakes every game. He still has made some great saves, but the McCarthy experience is watching him make unbelievable saves after accidentally kicking the ball into the net himself. Like that's the John McCarthy experience.
Yeah. I mean, no goalie is like not going to make mistakes ever. Like Maxime was amazing. I'm sure will be amazing when he comes back, but like some shit like that's going to happen with him too.
Yeah. Are you saying that Maxime is good? I mean, that his leg's going to get shattered?
What?
John McCarthy.
No, I'm saying when Maxime comes back, shit happens, you know, like shit's gonna end up looking after the fact like big mistakes from him too, because that's just like where the ball, the net is big.
Yeah,
it's not hockey.
Uproar says Max's distribution is way better than J-Mac. No respect to Johnny. Yeah, as we love John McCarthy. We love John McCarthy. He just, you know, he's got the head of a Philadelphian, and we all know what that means. Dumb.
We all know.
We all know what that means. Dumb.
You went with dumb.
Real dumb. It's actually, tap your side of your head. It sounds funny. You can sort of hear it, right? Maybe I'm dumb. Yeah.
When Aaron Long taps it, it's just rattling.
It goes. All right. Look, it's Saturday night. It's only 8:30, and we have a fucking victory under our belt.
Let's play another game. 3 points. Huh? Can we get him back on the pitch?
Yeah, why not? I mean,
they got a lot left. I think one conclusion I had at the end of the game was like, these guys are ready to go right now.
Yeah,
ready
their
to go
legs
again.
Looking good. There was a moment at the end of the game where Stipe Biuk just was like, "I'm not gonna run. I can't do it."
Even the play callers were like, "Yeah." He's like, I actually said I turned to my wife and I turned to Allie and I was like, Bogo should have known that Biuk wasn't gonna go for that.
Yeah.
He should have passed that.
I like Bogus's distribution. He's like very aggressive moving forward, and he's a little like sneaky. He likes to like mix things up, which we really needed. We had no creativity the last few games. So
I remember earlier in the season there was a time when Bogus got the start over, I forget who it was that he got the start over, and there was a question asked of Cherundolo about why, and he said that he was more goal oriented. And I remember being like, he's played like 3 games. What evidence do you have of that? Which was stupid because obviously they practice every day and he's this coach. But now we're really seeing that.
Yeah,
what that means.
One more happy foot. Joseph AF points out, Vince said that Max is practicing. Maxime is back in practice, which is huge. So maybe we'll see him at some point soon. All right. Well, look, we have another one against Seattle, a better team than Kansas City. They're tied with us for first in the West, I believe. It's us, St. Louis City, and Seattle up top. We'll see what our lineup looks like, if Denny will be back, if we still have to play a bunch of children. I think we should continue to pace our expectations, but it's nice to remember that we can steal a win too, when it really felt like for a month nothing good could happen in the world. And guess what, Darren? June gloom went away today. It was fucking sunny all day.
Weird, yeah.
And look, God's not real, but maybe.
But maybe
I don't know. I don't know if you're
Carlos
a believer.
Vela
I'm sorry. I really crossed
it's
some
up for
lines
debate.
tonight.
We don't know. Who knows?
I feel too good, man. This is it's only 8:30. I could go out. Where do you guys want to go?
Well, where's the after party? Oh, this is supposed to be the after party.
Where's the bar that the goalkeeper bartends at?
Oh yeah, that's the Houston Dynamo goalkeeper bar.
Oh, I don't want to go to Houston.
I did actually look up his Instagram. He recently had a baby. It was very sweet.
You guys get along. Anyone with kids get along, right? All right, let's wrap this up. Thank you.
Actually, we're all good friends.
Thank you so much. You guys are the ones who post on Nextdoor, right? The Thank you everyone for listening. We'll be back Wednesday with a post game. I think I'll be back at BMO, hopefully, and we'll be doing the post game from there. But it's going to be a tough one. Let's keep our expectations in check. But remember that good things can happen to the best team in the league every once in a while. And that's what we are. And we never doubted that. I love you, Darren.
I love you. Goodbye.
I love you to everyone in the chat. I love you.
Thank you for joining us, everybody. Thanks.
Daniel J.
Day
meet me
it
at
seems
Applebee's.
like. All right, Applebee's. I love you. Bye.
Is there an Applebee's in LA?
What?
Is there an Applebee's in LA?
Yeah, I'm sure at some point somewhere.
All right, I'll see you guys at Applebee's.
Okay, see you at Applebee's. I love you. Bye.
Bye. Love you.